That's a depressing thought, Eagle. He's waiting for me to come on, I'm so sorry. I think I'm running this all at 1080-60 as well. The stream should look sharper and better when you see my face. We'll talk about it in a second when this beautiful Pedro music has ended. Oh, I've got a hot water bottle as well. I'm gonna win a chicken dinner, mate. Good job, Winland. Good job. Oh. Boardy McBoardface. It's going to be my character name. Benjamin, only if you're shit-bramming someone that's not a criminal themselves. Oh shit, shit, there's a widget I haven't set up. Must set up widget. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's a donation goal cash grab widget, so I'll have to do it while we're live. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. People won't know. People will think, oh, that BoredGamer, he doesn't want money for ships. Thanks, Petro, for the sexy music. That's fucking awesome. Right. Let's bring up this one. Yes! Boom! Oh, wait, donation goal. I'm gonna add that to my stream now. Because, you know. What? What's a stream without a cash grab? Like the Pioneer? And you'll see why that's relevant in a second. We will talk a lot about the Pioneer and about its price. No. There we go. There we go. Oh. See how the magic happens. Just kind of... Thanks. Oh, fucking thank you, Gamble. Much appreciated. Just kind of put shit around here. And then hope it's the right size. Fuck it, that'll do. Big one, see what's going on. Right. So, hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen Talky stuff. We will be talking about any questions that you have. And if you've got a question, put in brackets, question. And then ask a question. It can be about anything. It can be about Uvagati stuff. Won't be able to answer it, probably. Or I'll have to make up an answer. Or I can like answer in like sweeping generalizations. Or things that you might not have heard the devs say about the Uvagati that is actually public information. Stuff that's in the ATV, stuff that's on the dev tracker, stuff like that. But you can be about anything you want. You can address me however you want, Jeff. People tell me to pay me to tell me to fuck off. As donations, so I mean you can kind of call me whatever you want, mate. But there's some things today that I wanted to talk about as well as just any questions that we answer, which will be the Consolidated Outlands Pioneer Game Changer ship. That's going to be at CitizenCon on the 27th. It's going to be a concept sale that starts then. There is going to be a limited number, so we don't know, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, or maybe they just mean it's limited because of one day's sale, and then that's the last time they sell it. But it's $850, and for someone that lives in the UK, that's going to have another 20% added to that. That's insanity as a ship. That's like capital ship, super capital ship level. Now they have said that the ship is going to be one of their larger ships. Let's have a look. Let's go here. See my scripts. But I am going to bring up this little concierge letter that was posted on the Reddit. Although I've got this in my own emails as well. They don't say that you're not allowed to show it, so fuck it, let's show it. On the front of the conference guides for CitizenCon, there is a picture of that Consolidated Outland Pioneer, which is the Game Changer ship, $850. We don't really know how big it is. Ben said it was one of their largest ships, so I'm thinking Javelin sized now. Probably in between Javelin and Idris sized, maybe. Who knows? But it's going to be a large civilian job. There's lots of people thinking they know what it is. I'm pretty sure I know what it is because when I went to my studio tour, I talked to some devs about some of the ships they got planned, and it 100% makes sense. Exactly. I mean, if I know fucking what it is, of course I fucking do. Jeez. But yeah, $850. Now, let's put these links in chat as well. It's a lot of money, and I genuinely believe that Star Citizen is not pay to win in the way that you can buy your way to win. I do, however, think it's got the same pay for time advantage that EVE does with plaques. It's pretty much the same model. You buy ships at the moment, yeah, that will be cut back when the game goes live, but you'll be able to buy UEC to a certain extent when the game goes live. Now, that for me is a form of pay for advantage, but it's not pay to win. Although some people's versions of pay to win, it kind of is. But it's the EVE Plex pay for time advantage, pay for, oh, I'm a casual player. It's not going to stop you getting wrecked by other players that haven't paid anything. A lot of us obviously have ships that are not just the stock ship. I've got all the industry ships, for example, and that when I get rounds to working out they all work, will give me an advantage financially in game. Although that said, there'll be a massive sink in the meantime. I don't know. So loads of stuff's unknown in Star Citizen with the ships, isn't it? So, thinking about multi-role ships, do you think the AI will have interesting backstories when you talk to them, like in BioWare games? Yeah, the cash grab is to raise $850. Yeah, I want a game changer. Fuck it, I'm not going to buy one with my own fucking money. That's insane. No one should. That's $850 for a ship is insanity. And with all the stuff at the moment about Blizzard Activision and them patenting ways to sell effectively loot boxes and digital content by matching you up when you do PvP modes with players against you that will have pay-to-win items, and you'll look at them and go, I want that item, and it will help sell that item to you effectively, because you'll be being matched against people that beat you or have an advantage over you because of those pay-to-win items. So I'm vehemently against pay-to-win. And a really expensive ship like the Game Changer, I love Star Citizen, I actually want to back the project a lot, and I would... Computer gaming is my only hobby. It's just a lot of money. That's all. My thrift bot, wow sensors go off. But for those of you that have got the spare income, because a lot of Star Citizen's backers, they are older IT professionals with fucking huge incomes that go, gaming's my only hobby. I've got all the money in the world to spend on gaming. So yeah, for some people, I suppose it's smart, and for Star Citizen, I suppose it's smart. There's a limited amount of ships. They all sell them all. People love that stuff. There is no cake because I ate it all because I'm tubby. Can I have burger, please? No. Although we will do cooking at some point on the channel. we've got private LAN happening soon. So there's no winter LAN for the I series this year. So me, Death Calls In, Zen, G, Kit, Adam, we're all going to Centre Parks up in Nottingham and doing a week-long LAN there, which we will have streamed. So that should be pretty cool. Any plans for SLI optimizations and ultra-widescreen displays? Well, Star Citizen will be integrating Vulkan, so SLI won't be an issue because it's going to have the discrete multi-GPU thing, or whatever, the automatic multi-GPU thing that doesn't require SLI bridges or anything. It will be able to use an NVIDIA card with an AMD card. We're not sure how great that's going to be or not, because I haven't used it personally myself yet, and Vulkan is certainly not integrated into Star Citizen yet. I will be getting probably another 1080, even if it's just a sample one that I have to send back, to try out SLI when 3.0 goes live. Subsumption cake. Did you know what the Pioneer... Did you know it was the Pioneer? I didn't know the name of it from the studio tour. I only knew some ships that are coming in the future on concept based on what role they're going to be doing and their function in game. So I was like, we've got a ship that does this, we've got a ship that does this, we've got a ship that does this. And I was like, oh, tell me about this. And I can't tell, we shouldn't really tell you. Okay. And then I asked questions subtly around it to get answers. I talked about my Squadron for my Foundry 42 tour, and I had that interview with Aaron, didn't I? And that was all public. There's stuff obviously on those tours that hasn't been made public yet for some reason. There's cool stuff they're working on. Maybe it'll be at CitizenCon. As soon as stuff becomes revealed, I will talk about it. What I saw on my studio tour-ish. I don't want to break any form of NDA. NDAs don't kind of evaporate once stuff becomes public. It's just the spirit of the NDA is to not divulge information that isn't public yet. It's kind of, but I don't want CIG to come around and being angry at me because, you know, I like to cater a nice relationship with the publisher and creator of the game that I cover. It's more like bank account changer, the game changer. It fucking is. Jeez, I know what you mean. A lot of people are going to be enjoying their starter ships, the Aurora and the Mustangs, and being a part of an org that has these big ships and just go, I get to experience all this gameplay for just $45. Pfft, that's fucking awesome. And I think a lot of people are going to be missing out on content if they do skip ahead with the large ships and just never play the lower tier ones. Also, there's going to be a lot of cash sinks in game, UBC sinks until people understand how the ship works. Pioneer's a prison ship. I mean, we've kind of got prison-y things already there with the Cutlass Blue and the Avenger Stalker. It's very much a role that's not catered for by any other ship in the game at the moment. Yeah, he said it was up there. He said Ben said on Ben's day it was up there with the Idris, and it's one of their largest ships, larger or largest. I couldn't really tell what word he used there. It was largest or larger. If the buy now has variants, I don't think it has any variants. They would have announced that it had variants or various price points, but they said $850. No. There's so they've turned CitizenCon into a giant fan fest now, which is great, and what we suppose we wanted from CitizenCon to begin with. Thank you very much, Jack Avalon. Much appreciated for the sub. My Aurora is my Corvette. Okay, yeah, you can have it as your Corvette. It's a very small Corvette. Yeah, you have an alternative account with just a starter on. I mean, I'm going to be making content on how to start in the game when the game goes live, and I will have an account which is just everything obtained in game, other than my starter ship. Is it possible to use CCUs again in the SIT console? It's unlikely that the Pioneer will have CCUs in the cell because it's a limited ship. It's unlikely that they'll sell the CCUs with it. But it's we should get CCUs for any other ships that go on sale at the same time. Spending $850 on a ship we can't use for at least 2 years. Probably. I mean, they might fast track it, but it's a big ship. I mean, It's an insane amount of money to spend on pixels on the screen. I've only ever spent $250. Yeah, so I think for some people it's just if you've got a load of disposable income and gaming is your only hobby, then it's irrelevant. You've got loads of money. Doesn't matter, does it? You're like, that's what I'd spend my money on. For me, even if I had loads of money, I'd still Thriftbot would go no spendy game changer. It's $850. This is the only ship capable of creating, building an outpost that the player will own and then be able to sell to other players. I mean, potentially, yeah. I mean, if it's a big civilian job and if it's to do with base building and stuff, maybe you'll be able to build bases for other people. You'll need materials and stuff. We need to know the mechanics of the ship, don't we? So we don't know the game mechanics of it yet. We don't know the design document of it yet. If it is base building, then we need to see exactly how that's going to work. Can you build it for other people? Do you need materials? Do you need other construction stuff? It's just so expensive. That's all. Cold fish scooping at at Sitcon, but it is a big funfair event now. It's gonna have loads of different rooms with loads of different like dev kind of demos. It sounds like there's going to be a floor with loads of different stalls, and Intel are releasing their new Optane drivers there. There's a lot going on, and people are getting their heads scanned. Are there going to be ship skins in games soon? I'm hoping that they have it with 3.0. We know they've been working on ship skins. Ship skins are already in game in 2.6.3. I'm hoping we get loads of ship skins in 3.0. Because the system should work, and that's something I probably want to test. Once 3.0 is out, how long will it keep Twitchers amused? It depends. If you're streaming it every day, I'd say, without stopping, there's a good few hundred hours of gameplay there. Probably realistically, 200 hours of gameplay for the typical Joe.
Tricksy little hobbits.
Thank you very much, Raging Sarge. Thank you very much for the sub. I fucking appreciate it. But yeah, so typically for the normal Joe, probably 200 hours of gameplay. For Star Citizen fanboys, up to 1,000 maybe. And then for the extreme people and people that are doing content on it, a lot more. It's going to be the most contentful, juicy patch we've ever had, and it is the most important patch that CIG probably will ever create. I mean, obviously, a pre-beta, pre-release. Has CIG released the rough size of the Pioneer? No, so all we know is that it's up there with the Idris in size, and it's one of the largest ships. I think Ben was referring to concept ships when he said that. They allow CCUs. I might CCU my banner merchant. I doubt they will allow CCUs for a limited sail ship. It'd be like trying to get a CCU for an Idris. But it's possible. It's possible. It's not likely. People throw money at CIG for a transport ship. Yeah, towing boat, transport ship. There's a lot of stuff that people will want. I mean, the Crucible started its life as a towboat, as a tugboat, and then became a repair vessel. Yeah. No, I don't keep forgetting VAT. I said at the very beginning of the stream, I said for someone living in the UK, although that might be a bit delayed. No. So at the beginning of the stream, for someone living in the UK, it's a lot of money. It's 20% extra VAT. It's bullshitteroo. We should make some using game, buy some shit so we can keep forever. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to do when the game goes live. It's just some of these huge ships and these capital ships, some of these rarer ships, they're not meant to be bought by solo players, they're meant to be bought by orgs. And seeing that we can't put money together towards a pledge in an org on the website, we'd have to do it externally to the website. It's just, it makes it unfeasible in some ways. And there's going to be loads of people like, I mean, I will almost certainly try and buy a Game Changer because I want it for content, realistically. Drop a message to CS, to customer service, probably after CitizenCon. I'll give them a little while until after CitizenCon, and then message them about studio tours. I don't think there's any more this year, but there probably will be them in March of next year, so it's worth going on a studio tour if you get the opportunity. They're fucking great. We don't know if it is clearly too much. I mean, $850 is too much for a ship, but they still sell and everything. It's unfair though to go to talk about it until we see all the mechanics for it and exactly what it is. But I mean, it's so expensive. That's what that's what I'm going to be saying for a long time. Stats page will be wrong calling it now. The community will have to keep them honest with all the stats. Like, you'll have a load of the Rogue Squadron guys who, like Magalos or Malagos, who maintains all the ship stats and everything externally, and pulls them from all the game files and stuff. He'll be on that. I'll be on it. Nubifier and a few other people will really be looking at those ship stats to make sure they're accurate. And the community get really angry if they're wrong, and they'll have to get them fixed immediately. It's not like the bullshit they've pulled until now, where they've just like, well, they haven't updated the stats. Like, as soon as they get that new ship stat system in, that new ship matrix, they have to keep it going. They have to keep it accurate. So for people that don't know, the shipyard, let's have a quick look at this. The shipyard's gone live, which is the first 3 documents anyway. So this is a series explaining what the new ship matrix is and the information that the ship matrix is going to convey. And basically, because of Item System 2.0 and Alpha 3.0 and the standardization of all the ships, they're going to be able to show all the ship stats off as they envision them now. They'll all be accurately done and updated if and when they change, but we'll be able to compare them. And they've told us about all the different types of roles and careers of ships. So the basic careers that they've got are combat, transportation, exploration, industrial, support and competition, and in them they break down into loads of different things. Although in competition at the moment it's only racing, but like for industrial you'll have mining, salvage, science, agriculture. For transport you have freight, passenger and data. Combat have fighters, interdiction, dropships and bombers. And these will evolve, and there will be more, and there are multi-role ships as well that have multiple roles. And those roles don't prevent you from doing any form of mission that you want. You can get missions even if you don't have the normally appropriate ship, it seems, to get them. But you could outfit your ship to do that role or something similar to it. Like the example they give. Thank you very much, Chung Say. The example they give is you could use a 890 jump to do escort mission if you wanted to, but you'd probably be better off in a bandit defender. It's kind of up to you. So that was careers and roles. They talked about ship mass as well. Thank you very much, Zimmer TV. Thank you very much for the host. Where mass is now calculated correctly and standardised across the board. So we'll be able to see some much more interesting ship stats. Now I'm assuming that this blurred out one here is Saber Raven under here, because this is all the Aegis ships. It looks pretty similar. I can't really see what's going on here, unless someone can use FBI skills to unblur. Enhance! So everything's going to be standardised across the board for that, and with all the stats, and that's the joy of it. They've also talked about the ship technical information that they'll be conveying, which is actually quite a lot of data. It goes from Minimax crew, and this is min crew isn't the minimum crew you need. It's basically skeleton crew of all the critical stations, and half your turrets makes up the min crew. And you can run ships lower than min crew. You can run them solo if you want, although they'll be severely inefficient or unable to defend themselves as intended. And max crew is basically what the ship can support without issue. So it's all to do with turrets, and all the stations being filled, and your life support systems. If you go beyond that, then you might be using resources quicker than intended. But you also get to see the accurate measurements of the ships, what size they are. Size, I think we're at PC Chief, much appreciated. Size literally conveys the amount of people that need to crew it, kind of. We'll go through size in a second. It gives you mass, and then it gives you all the manoeuvring stats as well, which is obviously very, very useful. We also get to see speeds there, cargo capacity. Afterburner is now 2-stage afterburner. They've brought back sort of cruise mode, an evolved cruise mode, which is super cruise, which you have your standard afterburner speed, but then if you're going in a straight line, you can go into the 2nd stage afterburner speed to give you more of a boost, which is basically cruise mode. This is to help you align to jump points, quantum travel destinations, because when you come out of a quantum travel destination, you might be blocked from going to another one, and there was too much distance between them, so they wanted this system to be able to move quicker between points after you've quantum travelled out, and then you'll be able to get to planets quicker as well. So you come out of quantum travel, and now you can cruise towards the planet's surface and get much closer. That's the idea there. What do we say we're going to talk about? We'll talk about size quick. So there's various sizes in the game now. So vehicle, which is ground things. Snub, which are vehicles or ships. Well, ships that or something that's space or flight capable that requires another ship to take it somewhere, or take it into atmosphere, or take it out of atmosphere. It's reliant on its parent ship. Then you've got small ships, which are going to be like Super Hornets and all the dogfighters. Medium ships, which are cutlasses and that sort of thing. Typically, you could fly them solo, but they're kind of intended for small groups to play with. Then you've got large ships, which are quite... this covers quite a lot of ships. Ships that are intended... thank you very much, Species Chief. Very much appreciate for the sub. They're intended to have a group running them, though you can run them with a skeleton crew. They are intended to run with a larger crew or people working together. And then you've got capital. Now, capital ships aren't necessarily larger than larger ships, but can be. They are typically requiring large crews to run effectively, and people to learn the roles of the ship really well. Well, you get that with industry and large ships anyway. But that's the sort of thing they have at the moment for the sizes of ships. And it's good that they're thinking about that. It's good to see the intended gameplay. So capital ships would be like the Endeavour and the Orion, whereas a large ship might be the Carrack or the Banu Merchantman. So you can see the differences there. They think you require less people or whatever. What else do I want to talk about? Well, we'll talk about some more stuff in a second, but let's go back to the chat screen. Because people like to see 3.0 gameplay in the background. What else have we got? What else have we got here? Any questions? Questions in brackets, please. Question in brackets. If you want to ask a question. Will shipyard indicate which ship fits inside another ship? Sort of. So, we will have the dimensions, hopefully, to be able to work that out. If it doesn't have that as standard on there, actually, we'll have to request it from CIG, because that's one of the things that I had on a list that has to be on the ships matrix. It has to be which ships will fit inside what other ships. We have to have that information somewhere. But we'll be able to say the actual sizes of the ships as they're intended, and the cargo space available in other ships. And when they talk about cargo space on the ships with the new ships matrix, it'll be the safe available space. Technically, there will be more space available. You could put cargo in your corridors and stuff if you wanted to, but that can have downsides. The cargo can get damaged, your ship can get damaged, you might have a fucked up centre of gravity, lots of things. Yes, so my new rig is fucking amazing. You can see unfortunately, you can see the microphone and the lamp in the way at the moment. I need to move around some stuff in my room. So it's I haven't deleted it actually. I didn't need to delete it. It's only running at 50 degrees while at 5 gigs, while 100% load. So I don't need to delete it. I might delete it in the future, maybe. But there's no need to void its warranty at the moment. I only wanted it at 5 gigs. Possibly get it up to 5.1 or 5.2 if I delete it, and have it within a good temperature. I mean, having a CPU at that high, well, 100% load for a long time, under 70 degrees, well, under 65 actually in this case, is just a fucking dream for me. And it looks beautiful. So thank you very much for everyone that helped me purchase that new rig. And the fact it's got the extra 4 threads has sped up my compiling times and coding times. And makes games that I play look better because I can have higher frame rates while streaming and stuff. So we'll see lots of cool stuff once we have 3.0 gameplay that I can record and show you. And you'll be going, ooh, ah. And also 1080 60 streams as well is the plan. When will they finally update the ship stats page? Well, it sounds like it could be, well, a couple of weeks ago, they said within a month or two. They are literally running the shipyard ship technical information and all that sort of jazz series to give us more information about the ship matrix before it goes live. So possibly within 2 weeks. Possibly straight after or during CitizenCon even, potentially. or very there soon thereafter. So we've got information already on how the ship's matrix is going to be handling careers and roles, ship mass, and ship technical information. Today we're going to get some thruster info, and then we will have info on weapon hardpoints, weapon ordnance hardpoints, turrets, other hardpoints, SCU and cargo, and variants and modules. Capital ships will be done in a separate post, apparently, in the future. So I think that'll be pretty cool and interesting. Hello, hello, hello! Don't the game feel non-futuristic? No new invention for passing out G-forces? They need it to feel fun and give the sort of gameplay that people wanted, and people like the G-forces and not being able to turn too hard. And if it was super futuristic, then I suppose you could just have AI flying a ship for you and drones and things. So potentially there could be other ships at Con as well as the Pioneer. So people are expecting Saber Raven as well. Although we don't know and that could just be as simple as the Saber Raven as a skin, or the Saber Raven might be an entirely new hull variant of the Saber. The rumours that I heard were to do with them possibly being bundled as a game package with Intel's Optane drivers, although that was entirely unverified rumour, basically on 4chan, I think, that one. But we don't know. We know the Pioneer. We suspect ship sales in general, but we'll have to see. Is Super Cruise confirmed for 3.0? Super Cruise was talked about on the last ATV, and it's not going to be confirmed for 3.0 until it's been tested, I suppose. I think it's being tested at the moment for 3.0, whether that be Dev or Evocati builds. But they so basically assume that if Super Cruise works in their QA builds and then the Evocati build, then it will be in the live version. Assume that. A separate IFCS mode? What do you mean? We're going to have SCM, we're going to... you have more control over your IFCF individually or something? The new ship that they announced was the Pioneer, the Consolidated Outlands Pioneer. $850 when it goes on sale, which is insanely expensive. And it's going to go on sale on Friday, the 27th, on CitizenCon, with a limited number. Well, it's going to be a limited ship, limited numbers. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what the game mechanics and everything are behind it. I don't think you can justify $850. Well, I can't justify a purchase of $850, and I think very few people will be able to. It's annoying because obviously a lot of people want it, and a lot of people like to purchase ships. It's just so expensive. It's one a lot of people will be avoiding. We know it's highly likely that pretty much all ships, all masses are going up. Do you expect that the relative handling of each ship will remain the same? The relative handling, yes. The intended, how does it match up to other ships handling, yes. But they're going to be moving thrusters around ships. They're going to be increasing thrust where necessary and decreasing it in other places. It'll be balanced towards the intention of the ships. I will start playing Destiny 2 next week. If you do raid, avoid prestige mode, hard mode, the rewards ain't worth it. Thank you very much, Ezra. Much appreciated. Rumoured to be a base building ship, that Pioneer, eh? Is it? I know you put a separate vid up about the Pioneer, but can you give me a general overview? I've already basically have big ship, possibly larger, as large as or larger than an Idris. That's one of the largest concept ships they've done, $850 for a mechanic that doesn't currently exist, isn't currently catered for in game, but they have talked about. I think a lot of people know what it is. I mean, it's called the Pioneer, for fuck's sake. A good day, Bored. I was looking hard at the latest ATV trading console. It seems one SCO of cargo costs 10 UEC. How do you think it would take a pirate to sell 85,000 SCU? Probably a long time. Yeah, the Ryan. The Ryan's going to be listed as a capital ship because it's going to require a large crew to run and maintain. Yeah, the price point is confirmed at $850. Mining probably salvage straight after that. Salvage and repair would be my expectation after mining. Will Super Cruise activation be as simple as switching from pre to SCM to SCM to cruise? No, sorry, it's as simple as holding afterburner down. It's as simple as that. You had afterburner down. If you're in a straight line, after you've got to your max speed and afterburner, you'll then go into Super Cruise. Do you think the Consolidated Outland Pioneer will rival the Misk Endeavour, since both seem to be game changers? I mean, they're different types of game changer. Obviously, the Endeavour is science-based, and I totally agree that if the Endeavour didn't exist, it would definitely be called a game changer, because it has farming, it has science, it has a billion other uses. Kind of all of the top-tier science uses, in fact. But yeah, I mean, rivals them, and it's a different kind of ship. You could get an Endeavour a lot cheaper. It was only the master set that cost like $1,000 with all of the modules in the world. If the game changer is some kind of planet housing or base setup, don't you think $850 is a bit high to lock out content that a lot of players would like to do? Only for solo players. I mean, orgs and stuff, be able to get them. You better buy them in game as well. The CIG certainly don't want to lock people out of content. They want people playing their game. They don't want people complaining it's pay to win or anything. These ships are probably not intended for solo gameplay. Industrial ships are always worth the investment. I am assuming so too, but we don't know that until we're actually in game. But yeah, I assume so too. Maybe $850 though is a bit expensive. I think it's an MCV mobile construction vehicle from June. Oh my god, June 2. I fucking love June 2. What a game, man. Do you think the Pioneer is going to be like the Orion? Oh. Where they offer the huge ship in the class first, and then smaller ships. Well, Ben did talk about them intending to have small, medium, and large variants of all ships where possible. So possibly, you might be able to get smaller versions of whatever the Pioneer is. But thinking of the scale of probably what it wants to do, possibly not. I mean, maybe you'll be able to get, if it is base building and everything, then maybe you'll be able to get smaller repair vehicles and service and maintenance vehicles, but maybe not base building ones. Ben confirmed the Pioneer is the only new ship at Gamescom. He did. He meant CitizenCon as well, but he did say Gamescom. Well, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I didn't realise he had actually confirmed that 100%. Though I vaguely remember you saying that now. I vaguely remember him getting CitizenCon and Gamescom wrong. Yeah, but so again, if it's base building and you require materials that you also have to buy, and the actual base modules, then it's going to be really expensive in game. Like, so does the Constellation series fly better in 3.0? I can't answer that.
Tricksy little.
I can say, however, there are various changes and optimizations they have made to the flight model and some of the larger ships as well. And that will almost certainly change by the time it gets to a live build anyway. They'll be tweaked and optimized. So you won't know until you actually have the live build. Does 3.0 bring various tracking support? So we had head tracking in 2.6.3. You're talking about other head trackers. Other head trackers worked in 2.6.3. Any information on when the ships will be possible to be bought with in-game money? 3.1 will have ships bought for in-game money. Aaron has confirmed that. So the next major patch after 3.8. Are there still plans on a Star Citizen HOTAS? Once they've got Squadron 42 Episode 1 out and 3.0 out, I believe Sandy said they would be looking at it again. So we don't know exactly what they're going to be doing with that. I'm assuming they'll want one, because it will make them money if they do it right. I'm glad that they didn't make a HOTAS in the short term, and that deal fell through because Logitech bought Cytec and Mad Cats or whatever, because they haven't finished their game yet. They need to have a 100% or like almost fully locked down flight model and We need to know if we're going to have super cruise, are we going to have afterburner, what all the different modes of travel and flight, how the ship's going to fly. Because then they can start developing a joystick for their game. Not before they know what all the buttons are going to be. Don't give me a fucking joystick before that. For generic alpha. The alpha stick. For when we play alpha for 2 years and you have to buy a new one with more buttons. Because you need more buttons when the game's finished. Or this button's now irrelevant. We don't have a Super Cruise mode anymore. Stuff like that can change. So... Does 3.0 have NPC crew yet? For those of us who have no friends. No. There will be NPC ships. And NPCs to kill and stuff. But there won't be NPC crew for a while in-game. For you to actually have on your own ships that are hireable. The Endeavour went on sale... 2 and 3... It was 350 plus, wasn't it? Or 325 plus? And then you had to buy modules for it. It was expensive still. Star Citizen, it looks in a lot of ways to be, and rightly so, parodying Eve for a lot of stuff. I mean, Eve is one of the even Elite Dangerous. They do a lot of things right. They do stuff wrong as well, but they do a lot of things right with the economies, with the handling of gold farming and stuff as well. I mean, the idea of Plex to help regulate that is a fucking great idea. Unlike Eve, how are the fields within Star Citizen going to be diversified? Will they skill arch that limits those who undertake them and follow the path? Or how further through? There's going to be no skill points or experience or anything like that in-game. You're literally restricted in what you can do by your equipment and your personal, my ability to do a role and task. There's no experience or anything like that. So some stuff might be quite complex. Some stuff will require people working in unison to do. Potentially you can hire NPC crews to do a lot of that, but they should be less efficient than a good player is, so just bear that in mind. I see many people complaining about the ships being so expensive, but can you get them all in-game eventually? Yes, you can get them all in-game eventually. One of the things that I encourage people to do, and we're starting the Organisation Spotlight series again next week, is join an organisation that's right for you. For some solo Lone Wolf players, it is going to be almost impossible for them to run various capital ships and mining ships, like the giant ones, like Ryan and the Javelin and stuff by themselves. Even with an NPC crew, that's going to be difficult, probably. And they're intended for org play. They're intended for large group play. So just bear that in mind. And you don't need to buy that Javelin, because you can join an org with the Javelin and be part of the crew. Like, it's something really important. But 1v1, like with ships, Super Hornet versus Aurora, yeah, the Super Hornet's almost certainly going to win. Although I have seen very, very, very good Aurora pilots wreck Super Hornets. But there is certain elements that if you try to do 1v1s, which you'd have to go into out of safe space, you'd have to go and find someone, and then they'd have to fight you in an Aurora, and you'd have to have your Super Hornet. Yeah, they're going to beat you if they've bought their Super Hornet on the first day. But that Aurora pilot will be able to buy a Super Hornet eventually. I've got an itchy nose, I'm so sorry. I trimmed my beard, you know. I was considering shaving it in the chance that I get to go to CitizenCon. But I think I'll get my head scanned at another juncture in the future. And hopefully they'll do it a few more times. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you very much for all the lovely words as well from everyone. It's very much appreciated. Do you think we will have the visuality from the Banu Merchant cockpit? Simon, there's letters missing from your words. I don't know what we're going to get from the Banner Merchant. Obviously, a lot of the components will need to be exposed in some way, or accessible in some way, to be able to repair and that sort of stuff. But I don't know much about the internals of the Banner Merchant. Can we play 3.0 in my house? My house is tiny, unfortunately. I've only got room in my my room for like a couple of PCs. But we can be friends and play online. I'm happy to play friends online with people. It's all good. Although I do like the idea of beer. Do you think there will be a destroyer class ship coming out? Yes, almost certainly. Well, we've got the Javelin. The Polaris is Corvette. They've got the Idris are frigates, and then you've got the Javelin, which is the destroyer. There will be like cruisers and battle cruisers with Satiny coming out in the future. Yeah, the Endeavour and Pioneer are not in the same class. The Endeavour is science. The Pioneer is, I believe, been confirmed it is industrial. So you said that you can get your UEE citizenship by serving in Squadron 42. Yes. Do you think there will be alternative ways to gain citizenship for those that don't own Squadron 42? Yeah, you'll be able to get it in-game somehow, whether you pay for it or do missions for the UEE or something. You'll be able to get it in-game without playing Squadron 42. Oh, fuck, I just jumped over a load of fucking... Bear with me. Please, if you want to ask a question, try and put it in brackets. Feel free to ask the question again. Just be aware that don't spam it, because otherwise you'll get banned for a small period of time. I may have answered your question already, is one of the other things. In your humble opinion, do you think I could shove a Nox, X1 or Cyclone in the back of my Reliant core? No, I think it's confirmed that you can't. Not safely, anyway. Will rec credits ever have any long-term use and value? That they will be useful for Star Marine and Arena Commander. They're going to be the only currency you can use there. If you were to buy a ship in 3.1 with in-game credits, will the ship get removed after the next major patch? Yes. If you buy it with in-game Alpha UEC, Alpha UEC will be wiped from patch to patch, and so will Alpha UEC patches. What is the furry monstrosity on your face? It's a beard, I think. A cruelty one, Joan. I haven't been able to get rid of it. People wanted me to grow a beard, so I grew a beard, okay? I trimmed it today. Fuck you. Judging me with your judgy judge. Yeah. How comprehensive is my NDA? It's an NDA. It covers what it needs to cover. Sorry, Derek. Because I have like anxiety, and just the way I talk is bad in general. I talk quite fast and quite slow, and I get hyped, and I'm kind of all over the place. So I apologise. I will try my best, and I have been trying my best to slow down when I speak. I used to talk a lot faster, than before I started doing my YouTube videos. So, but I will try and talk more appropriately, slower. I'll work on my diction. Hey, Bored, when was the last time you heard anything about the P-72 Archimedes? My ship hasn't been talked about for a long time. I don't really know. I mean, it's a simple ship for them to do, isn't it? It's just a slight evolution of the P-52, and it's a small ship. Expect it pretty soon. Expect it for 3.1, to be honest. This is my my Gamescom gaming gameplay cut, which I enhanced and upscaled and fiddled around with to make it look better, and then cut out all the bullshitteroo. Yeah, so capital ships won't be in the game until they have the network code to support two of them fighting each other with a small fighter kind of cover. Otherwise, there's no point. But that should be coming on quite rapidly. I'm expecting them like mid-2018, possibly. I mean, I think that's a reasonable assumption. We'll have to see how that evolves then. Anytime Chris says fidelity, anytime something crashes or doesn't work as intended with physics, and you take a drink, and you'll be drunk within about 20 seconds. I'm wondering how the LTI is going to influence the economy in game. So LTI is just going to affect the hull of the ship. And the stock items. Nothing else that you put on or anything. It's still going to take time for your ship to get returned to you. You can pay to have that expedited. I believe that's the intention for insurance. So lifetime insurance was just going to give you a small little benefit, and it's not going to be this huge beneficial thing that people think. You're still going to have to pay to have stuff delivered to you quickly. we'll have to wait and see exactly how it works out. There will also be insurances for any additional equipment you put on, the cargo, and that sort of stuff that you can get as well, which you'll be able to purchase in-game. I will revive my org. I say revive my org, start my org doing stuff when 3.0 comes out, but we'll be doing Organisation Spotlight, starting with the Matadors org next week. And then we'll be looking at loads of different orgs, and hopefully people will be able to find orgs that are appropriate for them, that are active in 3.0 and beyond. What will the pirate... will being a pirate affect your citizenship gained from Squadron 42? Yes, so obviously if you start doing naughty things, that may null and void your citizenship and make you an outlaw. Or at least make you an outlaw. That's the idea. Sale is on the 27th of October. Is it in the back of the Freelancer Max? I mean, you can try and get it in there, but I don't think you'll be able to get it in there safely and transport it. You certainly won't be safely. Don't get drunk, Graham. Enjoy yourself and get appropriately merry. I'm going out tomorrow to an escape room, so one of those you're locked in a room with a load of other people and you have to figure out clues to escape. And then I'm going for a meal and stuff, so tomorrow I'm going to try and get a video done in the morning. And then at midday I'm going out. Wow. There is an upside down emote. That's oh my god. Okay. Do you want to see my new emote? Children say my face looks upside down. So this is what they think. This is what they think my face looks like, according to them. Bloody children! Oh, that will be added to my channel soon. They are. Monstrous. Yes, with my org, once 3.0 goes live, or color patches into PTU, I'll put some info up about my org. It's not going to be appropriate for everyone. The beard does not come with lifetime insurance, unfortunately. No, so I'm not having my... because I'm not sure if I'm going to be at CitizenCon. I haven't planned to have my face scanned there. I'm almost 100% sure that they will have other events where they face scan as well, so I'll get it done with one of them. Otherwise, obviously, I'll just cry. Just cry in Erin's lap. And let me have my face scan. Can I start dressing like a news reporter? Yeah, I've got some smart clothes. I can start dressing as a news reporter. Will there be... I mean, it's quite cringe-worthy, though, isn't it? When you see other people do it, you're like, oh my god, cringe. Will there be flora and fauna in 3.0? There will be flora, at the very least. Maybe not huge amounts. I don't think we're having fauna. I'm not sure if we've got any animals at all. Or combat NPCs on the ground, even. I can't teach Saurus to grow a pop-up mustache. Facial hair doesn't work with those two guys properly. Like this. Hurricane looks to be close competition, close completion on the schedule. Any chance of seeing it by 3.0? No. So the ship, you're only going to get the ships that are in 2.6.3 plus the Nox, the Dragonfly, the Urza Rover, the Prospector, the Cutlass Black, and Aurora Rework, and the Constellation Aquila. Any ships you're getting for 3.0, my friend. You might get ships more rapidly after that, potentially, whatever, or patches more rapidly after that, with other ships and stuff, but that's what you're getting for 3.0. What is the Pioneer? Pioneer is a large industrial ship, possibly Idris-sized. It's one of the largest ships they've made, and it's going on concept sale on the 27th at CitizenCon, with exploring new worlds. It's called the Pioneer, so people are thinking base building. And it's going to be $150, which is an insanely huge amount of money. Yeah, that's the Pioneer. Consolidated outlines make it as well. Do you think with the visuality from the Banu Merchant cockpit is minimal? Oh, we've already talked about that. We'll have access to the components. We're not going to get much in the way of or any modules that we're able to change. We are going to be able to change systems and weapons.
Tricksy little
and we're going to get
hobbitses.
lots more of them. So you'll be able to go into shops and go, I want to buy a new shield generator, a new power generator, a new whatever. And then you'll be able to put those in your ship. So lots of customization there. That might be skins and things as well, but we don't know yet. I wish 3.0 was in pre-PTU for all players. Yes, I totally agree. I think CIG need to stop worrying about what people say, what they'll say about, oh, the game's really fucking buggy. Yes, it's in super buggy mode, but you're allowed to play it and help us. I do think they should do that. But, I'm against NDAs. I'm against closed tests, and I'm against information that you can't tell people. I think they should be entirely open with it. I understand why they do it. I understand that it's unfeasible to do it in the way that I think you should just tell everything to everyone. But I do think they should be more open with it and worry less. No, Andy, it's Ludicrous, very good friend of mine. Con out. I hope to get a Con out Pioneer, a consolidated Outland Pioneer. Credit card will take a pasting. Yeah, it's an expensive ship. Well, I mean, you could certainly give cam shows, Octo. Octopoly? Octopoly. You could certainly do cam shows and stuff for gold. I mean, we've all been there. We've all done it. What kind of org will I have? So mine's slightly alien racist. The idea is that we are disenfranchised by the UEE. We're a mixture of everything, including industrial and a little bit private military. And the idea is one of the things we want to do is capture alien ships and kind of protect them or work on the fringe areas of space. It's got a lot of hardcore gamers and the people that were into light roleplay and stuff. I'll talk about it more when 3.0 comes out. Take care, Stormfire, mate. You have a good one. Stormfire, the gentleman that's donated, and his org, Star Enterprise, the Constellation Aquila, that's for this month's giveaway. Do you think they have other planet and system designs already done? Yes.
Tricksy little hobbits.
I do. What is the current idea concept talked about when a ship is destroyed with weapons items where... Oh, so, yeah, so... when your ship gets attacked and everything, you can claim an insurance afterwards if you wanted to. If it gets stolen or lost or whatever, you can claim. But in regards to the actual damage to the ship, sometimes the ship's going to explode, sometimes parts of it are going to be destroyed upon repair, some stuff's going to be salvaged, some stuff can be entirely repaired. And if bits get blown off you, you'll be able to claim insurance partially for the ship, I believe. No, so with Vulkan integration, Sab, you could potentially have Star Citizen on Mac, potentially. Don't quote me on that. We can quote me that it's a potential, but it's going to be hard pressed, unfortunately. But after Vulkan integration, we'll know more because that should be multi-platform support. I can't see. KWO311, love your face, mate. What's up, Bored? It's great to be able to watch your videos again. Fires here in California wreaked havoc on my home. Oh shit, sorry to hear that, buddy. And that's shit. I always ask, but is it confirmed if Snub is functional on the Aquila in 3.0? It is not confirmed. We're thinking it's for 3.1 now. We were talking about it on the podcast the other day. Yeah, they haven't confirmed it, so I'm assuming it's for 3.1. What about head tracking in 3.0? Only track IR, or will they add support for other head tracking software? So, native head tracking, in 3.0, I can't talk about exactly what's supported and not supported in 3.0, but in 2.6.3, we basically have track IR. In the future, there's going to be faceware, so any of your webcams will work with head tracking, and then there'll be the faceware cam, which are the official Star Citizen partner for their head tracking and stuff. You can get that for a better experience. Don't know exactly when that integration's coming though. Yeah, the stumps are flyable, but not dockable. With insurance, I know we will be able to get better insurance that covers modifications. Will lifetime insurance users pay less? No, so the lifetime insurance just covers the hull. You'd have to pay the additional, as far as I'm aware, the additional costs that cover any other items they buy it. I'm pretty excited for 3.0. I'm more excited at the moment, actually, for CitizenCon. I want to see what the game changer is, but I want to see the presentation. The day of having a whole day event's pretty exciting. I'm hoping that I get to go there. Yeah, that upside down base is creepy as fuck. I'm so sorry. It's like a weird thing. I first had a Star Citizen beginning of 2013, actually. I got it a couple of months after. What Endeavour loadout would be best for a space brothel? Probably the hospital. Get treated there and then. You could have all different watches, couldn't you, for people that want that sort of thing? You know, oh, I'm really into overclocking. Well, okay. I'm really into to farming. Well, the biodome's for you. What else we got? Any other questions? REC REC is used specifically for Arena Commander and will be for Star Marine as well. And Alpha UEC and eventually UEC will just be for the Persistent Universe. So that's the divide there. They're different currencies for different things in game. What is your opinion on Nubify's suggestions that LTI should be extended on all hulls bought in store to help counter the grey market and trepidation of buyers not by? So I don't 100% know. Like I talked to you before about this. We talk a lot, especially when it comes to polarizing topics. There's the grey market allows hype to be generated for Star Citizen and probably aids a lot of sales for them. It's something that they need to help regulate because there's always going to be grey markets and black markets in pretty much any massively multiplayer games, especially games with this scale and where lots of people are clearly very, very, very enthusiastic about. Lifetime insurance is obtainable by people pretty easily. If they, for angle stuff, you buy your LTI Nox during the concept sale, then you upgrade it with the CCU. Boom, you've got your lifetime insurance ship. But so maybe they should every ship, and it's just because they said they wouldn't, but maybe they should just go every ship that's bought before a certain date gets lifetime insurance. Would do a lot of stuff. Might collapse the grey market though. I don't know. I don't want the grey market to entirely collapse. I don't think it's particularly amazing for the game, but it's not awful for the game either. It's something that's kind of just there. No, it's a hard decision. It's a hard thing. I like talking about shit like that. I like talking about it with Noob. I don't know any solutions. And the issue is trying something like that. You can't go back once you've tried it. So I think I'm not sure if a battle cruiser or cruiser will be sold in game for IRL money. You'll certainly be them in game eventually. You'll be able to buy in game. Not everything has to be bought, sold, concept sale, for real monies. Beep 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 beep. Beep 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 boop boop. Let's go down. Weebay on happy hour streams, commentary seems CitizenCon rated. I don't know. What time are they starting the happy hour? What time does the happy hour start? So with locking of doors in 3.0, CIG mentioned something about breaching hacking. Yes, so literally you can lock doors from your console. So you go to the main console, go to the main captain's chair or main chair or whatever. You can just literally, in the inner thought system, whatever, lock. And it locks all your external doors. You can blow those external doors up, though. So you can shoot them a lot, or you can fire get in a ship and blow them up. And that's 3.0's breaching and boarding. I think that an hour or two of the early streams at CitizenCon will be worth watching, although we'll condense them down anyway. Like, I'll try and get a abridged version made and then a quick news thing. So if you don't catch them and just watch the main presentation, you won't have missed anything because we'll cover it in the news, whatever. The Nox is awesome. I mean, those are the new ships are awesome. Yeah, so there are massive benefits and downsides to the grey market, but I think the benefits outweigh the downsides. There are issues that I don't like with that sort of thing, but stuff I like about it as well. 3.0 gets the stealing ships functionality, and so they can test persistence versus of legal versus physical ownership. Yes, that's totally correct. You can physically own something, but not be the legal owner, which is basically a ship that you've stolen, and that will persist on your account until it gets taken away or blown up. And the other person that lost that ship that way can still claim that ship back on insurance, but it doesn't despawn the ship you've stolen. Eventually, you will be able to stock your hangar full of ammo and whatever, flare and whatever the fuck else you want, so that you pretty much couldn't move if you wanted to, but not in 3.0. Do you think there will be a dedicated gunship, Redeemer excluded? Yes, I do. I've talked about that before as well. I very much think they will make a dedicated gunship. It's something they've got missing in Star Citizen, and I was expecting the Redeemer to fill that role of either gunship or dropship. And obviously got the Prowler and stuff, which fills the dropship role pretty well now. But the Redeemer will be worked on eventually. It's just CIG seem to be working on other ships. Do you think in-game items will have similar real-world values as Eve? So not officially, but probably in the same way that Eves do unofficially, yeah. Like, people are still buying them on the black market, and people are always willing to purchase shit like that. So people will have Bengal carriers that are worth thousands of dollars, definitely. Possibly tens of thousands of dollars, some of the stuff. And people will try and sell them. The issue with the grey market and the black market is that the black market, CIG can kind of shut down at any time and just get rid of your account. If you've broken the rules that badly, they could just disable your account. They probably won't, like, unless you've done something that is game breaking or being a total twazuk. That's a new word that I invented for Star Citizen. It's the future word of twat. It's more non-gender specific though. But with grey market, they could basically CIG could collapse at any point, sort of, and by deciding stuff. So they're very volatile markets. It's just good to remember that. So the amount of damage needed to destroy and damage and disable ships needs to be significantly higher, especially destroy ships. Like, they want the time to kills to be quite massive, really. You want ships that are engaged in combat to have a hard time of getting away, but you want the battles to be prolonged, especially with capital ships, and much more likely that they'll take crippling damage, some of which can be partially repaired on the fly. So you'll have fights where a ship is, like, the capital ship's fighting where one's been disabled, like one of the main power relays is blown, or lots of little power relays are blown in. You have engineering teams running around trying to repair stuff, or they need to replace a whole, like, shield generator or power generator or whatever, and it's going to take them time. But the other ships that are fighting them just think they're out for the count, and potentially you could turn the tide of battle by repairing that ship quick enough and getting it back in the fight. Alternatively, people could blow up that Idris by keep on pummeling it, but then you've got other ships that are fighting you at the same time. I love the gameplay, I love the idea of combat, I like the idea of boarding and those capital ships battles and the combined arms. It's all super important. But the times to kill need to be significantly higher, and it needs to be not always ships destroyed, there needs to be ships disabled and crippled, and that needs to be significantly more likely. I want to see derelicts and stuff around. I want to see derelicts that people are fighting on, and people are still trying to work out ways of getting off, and, like, there's just a few escape pods working on your derelict and things. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, I think I've got 20% off as a voucher. Oh shit! That makes the game changer very much more obtainable. all the ships are getting that item system 2.0 revamp, yes, and all the ships and systems. I think we'll have Star Citizen Beta quite genuinely end of 2019. Do you think it's weird that mining has had zero mention anyway? Yeah, it's in 3.1. Oh yeah, they changed the scope. They changed loads of stuff around in 3.0. But yeah, I had an interview with Aaron and stuff. And more recently, they've talked about mining. It's going to be in 3.1. We'll have a full release beard soon. It's being tested currently. Hi, board. Will there be a cooldown period for stolen ships and goods? I don't actually know how they're going to do the gameplay for stolen ships and forging ships and salvaging and stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see. Is it confirmed you can only buy the Pioneer with real money? No, it is not. That is not confirmed at all. I suspect there will be War Bond versions. No, so I suspect they'll go to beta 2019, and that will be mostly feature complete, but not a huge amount of the systems or anything, like 5 to 10 systems. Will selling ships in-game be a thing? Yes. Will retain Alpha UC and gear from 2.6.3 to 3.0? No. I am going to buy so many spaceships. Oh my fucking Christ.
I'm not sure. Smiley face. Keep up the great streams.
Serendi, I fucking love your face. If you need me to send dick pics or anything, just message me. Thank you so much. That's a lot of money. That could have been spent on your own game changer. Thank you, genuinely. I always a bit humbled by the fact that people donate to bullshit goals like that. So thank you, genuinely. That's very much appreciated and awesome. I don't know what to say now. It always breaks me. Like I'm like a mixture of like I see dollars and I'm like fuck, Jesus, fuck, it's 300 fucking fuck. Do you think we'll be able to increase our ship's top speed via new components? Yes. So there, a lot of the ships have got standard components, but there'll be industrial components and competition components. What? Oh my god, that's amazing. No, would you like to see dick pics? No, thank you for offering. Thanks, Han Solo. Han Solo, appreciate it. No, I'm assuming that it's got War Bond, and that you'll be able to buy it with store credits. Because a lot of people will be melting previously. So I will message CIG in a minute then and ask, because that's important, isn't it? Because lots of people are going to be melting ships probably now and working out ways they can get it based on the $850 store credit price, aren't they? So that's something we should know. Are we able to put our 20% off vouchers that we have with subscriptions? Are we able to buy the store credit at that price, and will there be war bonds? That's what we want to know. There's the information they should give us before the sale, so we can plan. Let me put actually. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Let me just write that down. War bonds, 20%. Store credits. Cool. Yeah, I think that the Pioneer is very niche in its for its actual gameplay mechanics for people. So that's one of the other reasons they'd be limited. They're going to be a very very niche ship, but a lot of people will love that. But a lot of people just need it one in your org sort of thing. Some people on the channel are obviously rich, Adrian. That is true. Adrian, assume it's you, Adrian, that cucked me with my first interview with Aaron Roberts. It goes to Studio Tours as well. He's a good chap. You would have most certainly met him at a British Con if you've been to one. I'm assuming that's you, Adrian, rather than just another random person. Apologies if you are a different person. If the game changes base building ship, will you buy it? Well, that's my current channel goal, and we're 35% there because someone gave me $300. So thank you. And KMS gave me a 10. I'll put that on there a second. I have to update that separately. Is it possible to go halves with someone to buy a ship? Yes, but it's handled externally. Stuff like that will... yeah, it's handled externally, unfortunately. You both do that in-game, though, eventually. You both to handle all that stuff in-game. Just at the moment, for concept sales and stuff, externally. Any news on the Defender? Might get into production schedule. Last time I looked, it wasn't. Expect it in 2018. I don't know when, though. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Is there going to be a pre-sale? Thank you. Pre-sale. So, Nubify seems very impressed with the Viraprills a while ago when he was talking about originally doing a video on them. The audio is ahead of my video. Oh, thank you for telling me. I have to sort it out after stream. I'll fiddle around with that. I like the fact that it is 1080-60 though. That's pretty sexy. I will hopefully get a Virapil at some point as well, just to test out just one stick. Yeah, you should have had if you've had your year or 2 years, whatever it is, you should have had your 20% off coupon. How many ships will be available for the anniversary sale? So the anniversary sale is in November, and we don't know. But typically it's the biggest sale of the year, so possibly all of them. And then we'll also have the holiday stream, which will be in December, like just before Christmas, pretty much. We're actually going to be seeing Squadron 42 stuff there, which will be awesome. And it should go on to the schedule report then as well. Which should give us possibly a release date or a rough estimate of a release. So just down below there's a donate button if you wanted to donate. Red Huntress, if you're on YouTube or on Twitch, there's a donate button below or a link to it. Thank you very much.
Couldn't choose a sound
very much appreciated.
So I decided to use this.
Thank you very much, Neva5, for the host. Fucking love your face. We summoned you. We invoked your name by talking about your videos. I do work for Oxfam. I do some charity work. On Tuesdays, in fact. Would we be able to put cargo on specific rock in an asteroid field? Only potentially, yeah. So there is in the short term, well, in the long term. There's a persistence manager which basically says how valuable is this item, how long should I leave it before I despawn it, how important is it, and that stuff will get tweaked, and the longest... Thank you very much, Nubify, you fucking legend. 11 months, shit. It's a long time. Based on an item's importance is how long it will stay spawned there before it despawns or whatever, degrades. Now, if the engine and everything supports kind of a good enough performance level to have those items spawned in there longer, even if they're not important, even if it's like footprints and discarded mags and things, it will support them for as long as it can, which is sensible. So, yeah, with something important like cargo or a ship, it will stay there for a long time. Is the intention, but I don't know exactly how long. But yeah, you should be able to hide a cargo crate in an asteroid field that only you would know where it was. And as long as you go back there within a timely fashion, we don't know if that's going to be a day, we don't know if that's going to be a week, then you should be able to do stuff like that. So I believe that in the not too distant future, we will have the base building mechanics. So yes, you'll be able to build a home and have a home when the game releases. Are you allowed to talk about the power management in 3.0? I'm not allowed to talk about anything that is not publicly available knowledge, so I won't talk about the leaks. And I won't talk about anything that's in the Evocati patch that's not been
going to buy so
confirmed.
many spaceships.
Oh my god, Red Huntress, you're a fucking legend.
Pioneer.
Blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. My pioneer dreams are coming true. Fucking bullshit. Stupidly expensive price, man. But thank you. Very much appreciate it. Fellow Spacebeard. Yeah, I'm planning nubsly to buy the Pioneer for content. I mean, I can justify the stupid bullshitteroo prices of ships because I can go, well, my channel covers Star Citizen. It's my primary job. I get, and I want shit like that. Like, oh, I fucking love you too, noob. It's been a joy and is a joy to work with you, noob. The last over a year and shit now. Jeez. I'm looking forward to 3.0. I'm looking forward to doing loads of content in the future. We need to talk about lots of stuff and working out lots of things for the future. Like you and Maya and some other people that I don't work with enough. I want to start to get into work with more Detox and some Matt Brothers and people like that as well. Obviously the rest of the redacted guys, but there's some other guys and Smashly and a few other people that it's like I do want to play some 3.0 with. What do you think of the Nubifier pack for Vipral joysticks? Is it worth it? And should I go fund me them for because I'm broke? I didn't get all the words in that. Nubifier, is the stuff good? I haven't realised that there's a white outline around my that emote. I will have to sort that out. Do you know anything about the Reliant when the Reliant variants will be? No, I don't, unfortunately. Not reliably. I didn't mean to suspect them in the earlier part of 2018. My expectation. Do you know whether there will be boarding parties for AI in 3.0? Dogfights only, pretty much. You might be able to board AI ships, but there's not combat capable AI at the moment. They're working on it with subsumption. They're working on the ground and in first person. They're working on it for the ground. They're working on it for ships. It's one of the things that I'm assuming that is as a blocker for Squadron 42, and has been a major blocker for 3.0 for a long time. So just bear that in mind. So 3.0 offers significantly better optimizations in a variety of fronts, including better usage of CPU cores. Well, physics has been moved on to another core, and they've been just improving performance on multi-core stuff, and on GPU stuff as well. We'll get the main gains when they integrate Vulkan, but also when they start using and utilizing object container streaming, which will be in 3.1 and 3.2 for object container streaming. I don't know when Vulkan's being integrated, but I would expect we will know a lot more about that once we get the schedule for Squadron 42, because I suspect that's one of the things that they need there. Now, you're on an NDA, but can you tell me anyway, base building or mobile base? Look up for base building, look down for mobile base. I cannot tell you. Not a confirmation anyway. Ship prices will go up for anniversary sale. Some ship prices will go up for when 3.0 is released. So potentially the Citizen Concern anniversary sale might be the last time you can get some of the ships at that price. But just remember, you can get everything in game as well when the game's released. So just bear that in mind. Just seems weird to me that base building is coming before any mention at all of mining. So mining's coming. Mining's coming for 3.1. They have been working on it. I've talked and may office tours and things. Mining's definitely a thing. I'm not. I thought it was going to be in 3.0 originally, mining. So. Oh yeah, they could drop it like a bomb. That's a good point. Do you feel that the prices in the last 6 to 9 months for new ships have got out of hand? Yeah, I mean, they've been increasing the ships' prices because they know they can. They know the ship sales work. It's marketing. It's fucking annoying, especially from someone that wants to collect all the ships and will happily collect them in and outside of game as well. But yeah, they know they can sell them for those high prices, so they will. It's supply and demand. It's marketing. It's bullshit, but it's true. What sort of apps would you like to... It's just... The other thing, actually, with that is that we haven't had anything else other than ship sales and some cool ATVs, but now we haven't even got the cool ATVs, really. We've had a couple of cool featurettes, but we're waiting for 3.0. needs to be more than just ship sales. What sort of apps would you like to see in game for the Moby Glass? Oh, there needs to be a huge range of them. Yeah, not necessarily ordering Papa John's, but everything you can have on your phone, everything you can think of, needs to be covered by that Moby Glass. And when they allow for modding and hopefully some API integration of user-made apps for the Moby Glass in the main game, then we can start to do loads of cool stuff. Sorry, boss. Board's on. I have to talk to you later. Wow, Sean. Wow. Would you do a weekly show proposing features and structures? Oh my fucking
Some more
God.
for your ship. Love your videos. Very informative smiley face.
Arunzar. I can't say your name. My brain wouldn't allow me to say it. Thank you so much. That's very much appreciated. I love your face as well. Would you do a weekly show proposing... Thank you very much for the donation. Very much appreciated. Would you do a weekly show proposing features, structures, and ships to CIG? I do message CIG from time to time with suggestions and things like that. A lot of it's collected from my comments. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to build that sort of thing into these kind of podcasty live stream things. So we could... develop some of those ideas during these in the future. I'll write it down and see if it's a feasible thing. And we can talk about a subject and get people's opinions on it, and we can talk about all the different points of view, because I don't care if you have a totally different point of view from me. I welcome other people's points of view, even if they think they're bullshit. Because at least it gets me to see things at different angles and understand other people's points of view. That's important in conversation and, you know, being a human. But yes, maybe... I like that idea. You've got a really fucking weird name as well. Tidbalt von Kowalski. Whatever. Thank you for the suggestion. It's a good suggestion. My warthogs are in the other room. If you stream Star Citizen content and get...
Love you lots like Jelly Tots Web WBBBB.
Thank you very much, Yite Arp. I know you're quite a big regular on the Discord, but I'd never know how to say your name. Yite. Thank you very much appreciated for the donation. If you stream Star Citizen content and get a $1 tip, can you claim ships as tax deduction in the UK? The VAT portion I probably can. I mean, you'd have to be VAT registered though to claim tax deduction. What you do is you'd claim it. If you're a streamer or a YouTuber, you'd claim the full price of the ship as a business expense, so that you just wouldn't have to pay as much tax because you'd effectively spent your business money on that. If you see what I mean. Did I read that they've been working on voxel-based nebula in the monthly report? They've been working on loads of new nebula tech and stuff, voxel-based asteroids. Yeah, they've been doing lots of cool stuff that they will be showing more soon. Lots of stuff that I will be able to talk about that I saw on my studio tours as well. They will hopefully be releasing either at CitizenCon or soon after CitizenCon. What is your go-to ship that you'll be flying most of the time? At the moment, the Reclaimer. But I want to do industry in general. There's going to be a lot. I won't really know until the game's there. Yeah, I'd like to have actual game to go along with ships. It's annoying that, well, I suppose their concepts are for that reason. I do think we're going to be moving a lot faster with patches and game contents and gameplay, and we couldn't be moving any more slowly. After 3.0, like quite genuinely, we'll get patches significantly quicker. And not just small Delta patchery ones, I'm talking about the major patches. Because the rest of it's just gameplay mechanics built upon 3.0, rather than a load of shit they don't know how to do. Do you think that Spectrum will ever support bots and webhooks like Discord does? Oh, probably. In their own like proprietary way, possibly though. I don't know. Probably though, thinking about it. Are you going to watch the happy hour on stream, which is starting now? Fuck. No, I'm not. I didn't realise it was starting now. We will. It's actually starting. What we'll do is we'll go over and host them, because it would just be me talking, wouldn't it? When they actually starts. Star Citizen. It's on the Star Citizen one as well, on the COG community one.
The
Right, we're going to go host. the official community happy hour thing. And we will probably stream either later today or Sunday. Because I'm going to be drinking on Saturday, and I don't want to come home drunk and stream. Well, maybe I do. Who knows? But thank you very much for all the fucking love and all the donations. If you haven't had your question answered, I'm really sorry. I will go through them and add them to a document anyway, and probably try and answer them next time. Enjoy the community happy hour on twitch.tv/StarCitizen. I fucking love you guys. Like I've got the best community. You're the best. I fucking love you. Oh my god. Oh, game changer. There's a cat. A noobify mongoose. Oh, it's your cat, noob. Oh my god, nice. Those fucking. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. We're gonna go host the official Star Citizen live stream thing, and I will talk to you soon. I might even stream later.
Buy so many spaceships.
Oh fuck,
Hopefully
Decker G, thank you very much.
Pronounce my name.
Decker G, boom. Thank you very much appreciated for the donation. I fucking love your face. Right, we are gonna go host these guys. Pow! Host. Play.